Hi, I'm Anna, and I am an alter in Collective Mind, and I wasn't sure what to call myself for a minute. Um, I'm the old host. I'm a lot of things. Um, yeah, I'm just hanging out for now, and then maybe some Temporis later, depending on how things go. Hi, Ashley. Hi, Ellie. How are things going? Yeah, Minecraft can definitely be done without sound. So can Dofus. There we go. Yeah, we're doing pretty well. We've had a few really productive days in a row. We changed up how we organize our time a little bit and started using Google Calendar again, basically. And we've had a few nice and productive days in a row. Some filming and a bunch of editing and other random life things. Needed a break from editing though. You got this, Ashley. And going to the store is hard. It's okay, Ashley. I think they've been AFK for a while anyway. There we go. Looks about right. I'm doing pretty good. We've been a little lower energy today than the past couple days. I don't know if we're crashing some from how productive we've been, but we still got a lot of editing done today. We're trying to get ahead on the next compilation video since our subscriber count is still going up pretty fast. So we want to get it ready ahead of time, especially because we've already had easily enough switches and live streams and stuff to make a full compilation. The time frame that we're pulling clips from had 2 separate live streams with rapid switching, so we also had that little stretch when Temporis first launched where we did so many back-to-back long live streams, which made it more likely for us to switch, so I haven't checked it out yet. I'm not sure I know where I would check it out. Oh, the past few days we've also planned several videos that we're gonna film soon. If we're able to stay this level of productive, we might be able to actually start getting ahead on videos before school like we had hoped to. Maybe that's why I didn't check it out. We don't have Disney Plus right now. Michelle? Yeah, that was the first time she had openly been in a video. I think she's been in videos before, but just used the anonymous littles picture and stuff. I'm not sure what you mean about, like that it was odd. The part after that I'm having trouble making sense of, sorry. I'm not sure that she has ever been, like, fully fronting in a video before then. But I'm positive she's been at least, like, blurry with a bunch of other littles and stuff like that before. Like, in live streams mostly, probably. What was odd about it? Natalie did that too. She was co-conscious or maybe even switched in a live stream, and she asked to not be named yet at that point. So we just said and put like anonymous or blurry or something like that. That'll probably happen fairly often. Particularly with littles who want to be around for a little bit before saying anything about themselves, including their name. Because then they can get an idea of whether or not they want to actually be on the channel in the first place, and beyond that, based on their comfort level, decide how much they want to share and tiptoe into that. Sorry. Fuck. And I was listening to music, and a very strong trigger for me played unexpectedly. And I need to make sure I thumbs it down, but I need to finish it first. Jade followed me up here to ground me, I think. Particularly since we're live. I feel a little bad because Anna was excited to socialize, and even if I keep playing her songs after this, it'll take a bit for that level of trigger to wear off for me. And most of my triggers are stronger than most of Anna's, so I would have to use like a really, really strong negative trigger for Anna, which doesn't make any sense, obviously, in this context. So I might be able to slowly ease back into switching with her at some point, but we'll just have to see, I guess. Yeah, this is one of my stronger song triggers, and it is very instant. Yeah, I can try to explain that. It'll be different depending on the type of switch, so in this case, because it was a triggered switch for me, and the type of trigger that also pushes a lot of other people away if they're too close inside, because it's keeping this trigger and my emotions and memories and stuff associated with it separate from other people. Basically keeping amnesia intact and making sure that it does. A lot of our protectors and trauma holders, if we get triggered, it will like physically put a barrier around the front in our inner world, basically. And if that's the case, if it happens that quickly, it will be like for Anna, it was probably like she blinked and she was suddenly outside of the car, which is our fronting area for the most part, and there was a barrier there and she wouldn't be able to see or hear or feel anything in the front anymore. If it's slower, sometimes it's a lot like dissociating, and it's like you just kind of more slowly dissociate from the front and lose the ability to focus on it, and then it will like almost transition into the like smoky mist effect that we have in a lot of our inner world. And then you'll either find yourself like outside of a barrier like that, if it's a situation where a barrier would be up, or you might still be co-conscious, but just not fully in the front anymore, and then you would still have some awareness of the front if you wanted to, or you could choose to go further inside. Or sometimes, like one of the more extreme ones, you wouldn't even be close enough to see whether or not there's like a barrier. You would almost be like teleported back to an area that you spend a lot of time usually. Like a lot of times it's whatever area we sleep in for the most part, which isn't like rooms for most of us because we have a we're mostly non-human and we don't have a lot of like normal human structures, so it'll be a lot of stuff of like caves and areas like yeah, it said that it just disconnected, but it says it's back now. Anna is not still co-conscious. Aura is because Aura always is. And Jaden is because I was triggered. If it were a really, really strong, like, negative trigger situation or trauma situation, and our brain, like, forced a protector or trauma holder or whoever into the front, and someone like Anna had been fronting, she might suddenly find herself, like, the area that she and Lex hang out and have dates and all that stuff, just kind of dissociating and not even really remember for a while that she had even been fronting. Like, she might have dissociative amnesia about that whole thing and just be like, I must have lost track of what I was doing. I'll go hang out with some littles. You know? You're good, Ashley. I don't know what to listen to. I'm gonna do that one. Anna's station is not gonna work right now. No. That's perfect. Okay. I did a double take at first, Ashley, because I was worried that I had done it wrong. Systems are very, very different from each other a lot of the time. And I understand a lot of these things better than Aura does because I have known about the system a lot longer. So, and there are people who know even more than me about how our system functions, like Jade in a lot of ways might know the most, because they know from the most perspectives, I guess. And Jaden has known about the system, like has memories of knowing about the system from being different alters before fusions and splits and stuff, but they have memories of knowing about the system since fairly early childhood. So they like had less amnesia in some ways earlier on than most of the rest of us did, because of how many different things they were involved with. But I think they were the earliest trauma holder in our system to have awareness of other alters. And not just other trauma holders. Like, they were aware of me before I was aware of them, but then they, I'll say they introduced themselves. And this wasn't Jaden at the time, this was a different, this was several variations prior to Jaden. But they introduced themselves, and then there was a while where I only knew them, and then my subsystem started splitting, and then I only knew some other people in my subsystem and the person Jaden was at the time. Yeah. It took Aura a long time to know the amount that she currently knows. And it actually went faster with her than a lot of other people. Technically, I guess when Anna found out it was faster, but that was... that was not a good idea. And it was intentionally too fast. So... and not on her end. We tried to take it slower with Aura. Sorry. This song isn't holding my attention enough. That one might. There definitely could be a lot you don't know about Ellie. But there are also some things that are probably easier about having a smaller system. Easier to keep track of stuff. I'm working on staying grounded. A lot of times I've noticed it's easier for me to handle my negative triggers if I was, like, it's easier for me to stay grounded when negatively triggered if I had been fronting already before the trigger started, because I have some context going into it. And like, if I'm fronting and listening to music, I'm bracing for negative triggers to some extent that whole time. If I'm around people, particularly people I don't know super well, or like in public or that kind of thing, I'm already focusing some of my energy on masking. So that's grounding, because in a way, like, feeling like I need to mask is triggering me in a different way, if that makes sense. So they're competing, and it keeps more of my attention focused on looking okay, which makes me focus a little bit more on what's actually happening. But if I was just doing my own thing, or in this case sleeping inside, and suddenly get very rapidly negatively triggered like that, there's nothing, I guess not nothing, there's not as much that was like already in place grounding me. That'll keep my attention. Okay. Ashley, it was cute and it was fun, and we talked just like rambling to each other about it for over an hour with the camera rolling, and Aura in editing got it down to like 45 minutes, I think. But the story, like the story of what that video is about, is also triggering. So that made like the tone and feel of it kind of complicated, because the circumstances of that story at the beginning were very triggering. So like we had to put a huge trigger warning on it and stuff. But yeah. It's ready to go up on Monday on the channel already, so It's nice. It's a video that we've been trying to film for a long time, but the timing was never working out. Because Sid and I wouldn't be out at the same time, or we would be out at the same time, but we would really, really want to just be like hanging out, cuddling or whatever. So, yeah, exactly. That drama. Yeah, I did the gender video with Onyx. I think the only other video I've done with Sid is the parenting one. I guess I'll stop being vague and say what the video is. The video that's going to go up on Monday is the story of how we met Primal Pack. My relationship with Sid. He's my fiance. Yeah, Onyx and I are friends. Sid and I are a couple. We're about to have our 2-year anniversary. Today is actually Onyx and Aura's 2-year anniversary. I'm positive we've said that before. Like, I must have introduced him as my fiance in the parenting video. Yeah. The two couples between the two partner systems are me and Sid, and then Aura and Onyx. Yeah, no worries. I think it's on the server somewhere too, like in the server introduction. I probably said it in that first ever introduction video for the channel. Yeah. How did this get so tangled? There we go. Got it. Thanks, plant. When you say plant/Sunny, are those two different names or like nicknames of one person or more than one person being close? Just so if you're comfortable sharing, just so I know. Or maybe plant is like a collective name, and Sunny is who's currently out, or I don't know. I'm just guessing. Father is... Oh, you're talking about Ember instead, okay. Yeah, he's a dad to my cubs. He's their dad in all the ways that matter. Okay, 2 names, cool. Try not to make assumptions about things like that if I can help it. What do you mean by a first father? I think it was just a way to convey that, because Ember is in our system, Sid can't technically be, like, biologically his dad, etc. There. How did I even accomplish that? Wrong way. It's a good start. Okay. There. Now I think it's untangled. Yeah, it's a baby blanket. I just started a row, so I can't technically show you the whole thing held out, but it's about that wide, approximately. It stretches though because of this pattern. We knit during most of the just like Hangout live streams, because it's grounding and calming and stuff, but it's also productive. But it helps keeps our hands busy and stuff like that. And since we've started doing it, we have made better progress on bigger projects that don't have a deadline, because we like to show progress to the stream. So like we made a big adult size rainbow blanket, like an Afghan or a throw blanket. Just finished that one not that long ago. I mean, there's nothing wrong with having fragments. Like, that's not invalidating in any way. Yeah, it's definitely motivating. Because especially on that one, the striped rainbow blanket, the autofocus got confused. Hold on, I'm gonna really awkwardly put my hand up to the camera to hopefully fix the autofocus. Come on. There we go. Cool. Sorry about that. I'm not a professional, obviously, but my guess would be that that might fall somewhere under, like, OSDD. Because fragments tend to be less well-defined and, like, differentiated, if that makes sense. But it would depend on other factors and stuff too, like amnesia levels would be the big one. That sucks, Ashley. I'm sorry. I'm pretty sure PDID is in the ICD? Is that what it's called? And not the DSM. So the DSM would be OSDD probably for the same collection of symptoms. I don't think 1A and 1B are actually diagnoses. They're just examples of ways that you can present with OSDD. And again, all of this is just from research we've done, and I'm pulling from memory, so could be wrong, could have changed. And I am not qualified to diagnose people. You're not being a bother. I'd just like to clarify whenever I'm talking about things that aren't strictly from our experience, I like to clarify the level of information and expertise I do and don't have. Because I don't want people to think that I'm a doctor or claiming to be a doctor or anything like that. And I don't want people to only get this kind of information from me and just assume that I have done perfect research on the subject and have a perfect memory on the research I did. You know? It's also a lot of Jaden's influence to make sure I'm not misleading people. Yeah, I mean, anyone can ask questions or start a conversation or whatever. Including you, Ellie. Oh, I have to take one of these blankets off. Now that I'm at a decent stopping point. Maybe both of them, actually. Yeah, that's better. I haven't been that involved in that, but I might be once it's happening. I don't know. I've been busy with inside stuff the past little bit. I'm catching back up on internal protecting stuff. And then, like I said earlier, I was sleeping. So, I don't know that I'm, like, particularly interested, but I wouldn't be, like, against it if I happened to be fronting for part of it, I think is where I stand. Essentially just neutral on the idea. We had a gatekeeper getting surprisingly invested in the backstory, though. I do know that. One of the videos that we just planned that will theoretically be coming at some point soon is introducing a lot of the gatekeepers basically all at once. Basically, one of them was planning to do a Meet the Altars and decided to just introduce all of them. Because it is very unlikely that any of the rest of them will do a Meet the Altars at any point, so. The arson littles. Oh my god. Yes. Not how I would describe them, but yes. You're not wrong. Oh yeah, thanks. Someone else is here. Who is that? Oh. Not who I expected. That's how we were this morning. We hadn't done anything yet and we were drained already. But then we did a bunch of editing, so that's good. I bet it's because I'm detangling the yarn. Gosh, this is a mess. How do I even... What? Neither of those are separate. I don't understand how to detangle that. Oh, like that. Got it. Charlie's awake. come on. Oh no. Well, that's not good. Okay. So do this back. Get this untangled here first. Now do this. Okay. And I dropped it. Now what? Well, okay. Great. Oh my god, was it really just that? I don't understand. Okay, those are not tangles in it, so it's not that. This is annoying. So yeah, okay. That's one way. What? Just spin it. Okay. I don't understand. It's fine. Oh. So it might be... Okay, I gotta change all of this. That's close enough. That was frustrating. If it gets annoying enough, I'm gonna have to cut it and detangle it and then tie it back in. Hi. I'm doing better since we've had some productive days. Were we talking about anything specific? How are you guys? We weren't talking about anything. Mm. Sorry, I think I'm supposed to mute it when I do that. How Jade knew I was around? I would assume, if that's what you mean, how Jade knew I was around, I would assume she looked and saw me. That she felt influence that didn't line up with the people she already knew were there. And then she looked and saw me. So this part is in just like a series of knots. And then this part is just a mess. And then this is the main thing. Charlie, come here. A lot of times it's simpler than it looks. But if it is, I haven't figured it out yet anyway. It depends on, like, whether or not we can feel Aura's influence depends on how strongly she is feeling or thinking something, and whether or not that lines up with, like in my case, what I'm already feeling or thinking. So unless it's really strong, I won't really feel it unless it's competing against what I would naturally do or feel. So, like, if I think something is funny, but it made her scared or sad or something, I would feel that competing with my feelings. Or if she wants to do something different than what I'm doing. But if we're just both, like, watching a movie or something, then it won't really. Oh yeah, title. Thanks. It's connected to the blanket, yeah. So if I cut it, I have to tie it back in after. Which is annoying. What do you mean based on past experiences? I think my best bet is to detangle it from this end. It might be hopeless. I'm not sure. For Aura, it would be about her experience with feeling who it is because she can't see inside. And it somewhat has to do with levels of communication between those alters. Like, there will be situations where if it's someone I don't have any communication with, I might feel that someone is there. I might not, and I wouldn't be able to see them probably. But like in the case with me and Jade earlier, she felt something and then she looked to see who it was and saw it was me, and I wasn't someone she would expect to be there because I don't really spend time with her. Okay, good. That's a good start. Okay. Okay. And this looks like it's just twisted around, maybe? Okay. I think I got it. I got it. I'm sorry, Ashley. There might be more to it than you can know and feel currently, Ellie. Because, for instance, when Aura first knew about Joseph, she just associated him with anxiety and didn't know anything else about him. Oh, okay. I guess I got the mood wrong, sorry. I'm glad it's okay. Sounds like you might not know them very well yet, Ellie. They also might have a different and more complex perspective on themselves than you do. And so you might just experience that they're, for instance, angry about something. But from their perspective, they might also be scared and triggered and having a partial flashback and or like annoyed because that's a pet peeve for them or whatever. I guess, like, there's only so much you can learn about someone from just, like, watching them react to certain situations, you know? Not that they have to share more with you if they don't want to. I guess I can't really help you because I don't know how your system works. I could speculate, but it wouldn't be based on anything except what you're saying, so... I don't think Charlie likes me very much. I mean, I've been around a while. Known about the system for a while. So, I have years more experience than you. It takes time. I guess I'm lucky in a way that I've known about it for longer than I've known what it was, because it makes it harder for me to have denial in a way. Like if I've been experiencing these same symptoms for that many years before knowing what it was or telling anybody about it, what did I have to gain for faking it all that time? Hmm. Um. Hmm. Okay. Thanks, Ashley. I'm not quite all the way here yet. Oh, it's been longer than I thought. Yeah, I guess we're a little switchy. um, yeah, it's interesting because I had just gotten out when I started streaming. And then I put on my station, which doesn't trigger anybody else. But it's on Pandora, and Pandora randomly was like, this is a song you like on one of your other stations, so you want that on this station too, right? Jade would have immediately switched back if she could have, though. I'm glad she wasn't stuck longer than that. sorry. I'm not sure if we'll be live a whole lot longer. Yeah, I might have to go. I'm sorry. Thank you guys for hanging out. Yeah, I guess I'll update the name quick and then... okay. Yeah, I have to go. Thank you guys for hanging out for the live stream.